ਰਹਿਣਾ ਸਿਖਾਓ ਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ। ਮੈਂ ਕਦੇ ਨਾ ਭੁੱਲਾਂ ਕਿ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਮਰਜ਼ੀ ਤੋਂ ਬਗੈਰ ਕਦੇ ਕੁਝ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੁੰਦਾ। ਮੈਂ ਯਾਦ ਰੱਖਾਂ ਕਿ ਮੇਰੀ ਅਗਲੀ ਸਾਹ ਦਾ ਵੀ ਭਰੋਸਾ ਨਹੀਂ। ਨਾ ਮੈਂ ਆਪਣੀ ਮਰਜ਼ੀ ਤੋਂ ਆਇਆ ਤੇ ਨਾ ਮੈਂ ਕਦੇ ਆਪਣੀ ਮਰਜ਼ੀ ਤੋਂ ਜਾ ਸਕਦਾ। ਮੈਂ ਛੋਟੀ ਵੱਡੀ ਹੋਣੀਆਂ 'ਚ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਰਹਿਮਤਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਦੇਖਾਂ, ਹਰ ਜੀਵ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਦੇਖਾਂ ਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ। ਤੁਸੀਂ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਵੀ ਰੱਖੋ, ਜਿਸ ਹਾਲ 'ਚ ਵੀ ਰੱਖੋ, ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਸ਼ੁਕਰਾਨਾ ਕਰਨਾ ਨਾ ਭੁੱਲਾਂ। ਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ, ਜੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਰਹਿਮਤਾਂ ਪਾ ਕੇ ਮੈਂ ਨੀਵਾਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਰਹਿਣਾ ਤੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਆਪਣੀ ਰਹਿਮਤਾਂ ਨਾ ਬਖਸ਼ਿਆ ਜੇ। ਮੈਂ ਕਦੀ ਨਾ ਭੁੱਲਾਂ ਕਿ ਜੋ ਸਭ ਕੁਝ ਦੇ ਸਕਦਾ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਸਭ ਕੁਝ ਕਦੇ ਵੀ ਲੈ ਸਕਦਾ ਹੈ। ਮੈਨੂੰ ਕੁਝ ਨਹੀਂ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ, ਸਿਰਫ ਉਹ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਹੈ ਜੋ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਮਨਜ਼ੂਰ ਹੈ। ਮੈਨੂੰ ਕਦੇ ਵੀ ਉਹ ਨਾ ਮਿਲੇ ਜੋ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਤੋਂ ਦੂਰ ਕਰੇ। ਮੇਰੇ ਗੁਨਾਹਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਬਖਸ਼ ਦੇਣਾ ਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ। ਅਸੀਂ ਚੰਗੇ ਮਾੜੇ ਤੇਰੇ, ਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਬਖਸ਼ੋ। ਅਸੀਂ ਕੀਤੇ ਪਾਪ ਬਥੇਰੇ, ਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਬਖਸ਼ੋ। ਬਸ ਇਹੀ ਉਹ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਹੈ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ। ਜੈ गुरु जी, शुक्राना गुरु जी।
नमस्ते, सत श्री अकाल गुरु जी और गुरु जी की प्यारी संगत। वेलकम संगत जी। टुडेज हुक्मनामा फ्रॉम दरबार साहब। तनासरी महला चौथा। मेरे साहा में हर दर्शन सुख होई, हमरी बेदन तू जानता साहा, अवर क्या जाने कोई रहाओ। साचा साहिब सच तू मेरे साहा, तेरा क्या सच सब होए, तेरा किया सच सब होए। झूठा किसनु आखिए साहा, दूजा नाही कोई। Meaning, O my King, beholding the blessed vision of the Lord's darshan, I am at peace. You alone know my inner pain, O King. What can anyone else know? Pause. O true Lord and Master, you are truly my King. Whatever you do, all that is true. Who shall I call a liar? There is no other than you, O King. You are pervading and permeating in all. O King, everyone meditates on you day and night. Everyone begs of you, O my King. You alone give gifts to all. All are under your power, O my King. None at all are beyond you. All beings are yours. You belong to all. O my King, all shall merge and be absorbed in you. You are the hope of all. O my beloved, all meditate on you. O my King, as it pleases you protect and preserve me. O my beloved, you are the true King of Nanak. Beyan Shukrana Guruji Maharaj. We all know he loves us. Love itself has its own communication, its language of heart. While it has never been transcribed, has no alphabet, and cannot be heard or spoken by voice, it is used by every human on the planet. It is written on our souls, scripted by the finger of God, and we can all here understand and speak it with perfection long before we open our eyes for the first time. When the heart speaks, whatever is the language, it is understood by hearts. God is ever present love, and we find refuge in love's ever present embrace. Anthony Wisdom Uncle Satsang will endorse all these thoughts that have been heard, understood by all creations that Paramatma Guru Sahab has created. With folded hands and bowed head, I request Anthony Wisdom Uncle to kindly unmute himself and share his journey with Guru Maharaj. We welcome you.
Jai Guruji. Good day. My name is Anthony Wisdom. In the year 2020 on July 5th, that's when I was first introduced to Jai Guruji. My friend's son, she gave me, actually, here it is right here. She gave me this picture of Guruji. And I only one time I've forgotten it at home, and I drive trucks for a living, and I made sure I got a load that was going past my house so I could come back home and get it. So it's only been one time that I've forgotten it at home. And on July 5th, as a matter of fact, I was wearing this same sweater, uh, and that's how she knew that it was meant that day for her to tell me about Guruji. And she actually took a picture as well. And when she gave it to me, she just started to explain about him. And I was like, okay. And then she gave me the chant, Oma Nama, how do you say it again?
Shivai. Om Namah
Yeah,
Shivai.
Shiva. Yeah, I recite it every day, but I'm nervous, and I I started saying that. I started to notice that my meditations was different. I started to notice that things became a lot clearer. And then pushing forward to September, when I went to my first satsang, um, I was there. I didn't know what to do. Um, I I was sitting in the corner, and then I didn't even know how to bow properly. And when I went to go bow, I was just like wondering, okay, are they looking at me like I'm doing something weird? I didn't know what to do. So I went back in the corner, and I was there for a little bit. And then that's when Guruji came out of the picture and went down and showed me how to bow. And I was in disbelief. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to say. And then a little bit after that, I asked the lady if I was allowed to go back up. And that's when I bowed the way that he showed me how to bow. I was still just a little bit thrown off, because it's like, whoa, I've never seen anything like that in my life. And from that day on forward, it's just been life changing. Um, the week after that, I was invited back, but because of COVID, like, like one day they had the lockdown and then they didn't. So it wasn't very consistent, but every time I was there, like the peace I would feel was unbelievable. And everything just started to change. And then even sometimes I'd question, like, why me? You know, like, why me? And even sometimes as I like, I'll be so happy, unbelievable happy, and I've never been this happy in my life. And I would like, in my meditation, I'd be like, are you guys ready for me? Like, am I ready to, you know what I mean? Like, God, are you ready for me soon? Because why am I so happy? Like, I've never experienced this before. Like, I started to question, like, whoa, like, this is unbelievable. I'm 48 years old and never been through this. Like, I've been meditating for 17 years, and I could never quite get it down pat. I would be like in and out. I would do different things, but since coming to Guruji and being introduced, this is where it's brought me into a bliss, like, where of just happiness. And although probably around 8.5 weeks ago, I did go through something that kind of took me out of that, because I felt this joy. I had to fight to get it back, because I wasn't willing to let it go. If anybody understands what that means, like, to have this peace of mind and everything. And then even earlier this week, when doing a satsang, um, uh, one of the uncles, he told me, like, you should realize how good, or like, that you've achieved this. And even a lady at another satsang had told me this before. And I was like, wow, like I don't want to say that I took it for granted, but because he even said he hasn't achieved this level of just feeling this way. And it just hit me, and it hit me really hard that I hope I'm not taking anything for granted since this journey with Guruji. Um, and it's been beautiful. Also, another thing, I have something that I write every morning. Um, I forget the lady's name, but her name is BK. She's an Indian lady, but her name is BK. I forget her name,
Vani?
but yeah. And and she wrote, "The past is the past is the past." So I recite that every morning. And also, I'm a truck driver, and at one point in my life, I wouldn't get out of the truck. So when I first started truck driving, I was probably around 190 pounds. And probably around 2.5 years later, I got up to be at my heaviest. I was like 380. And I was just consumed with like just making money. I was making like $10,000 a week. And I thought that was it. But because I was in the States and everything, not working out, I was just putting on weight. My bank account was getting bigger, but I was putting on the weight. So um, around 12 years ago, I decided to get gastric bypass. And within doing that, 4 years after that, I 4 years after getting the surgery, I started to have complications. And I'm not somebody like I don't eat meat. I don't eat. I was trying to be a vegan after I got the surgery because I did lose all the weight. But what was happening was I I've had like 3 hernia operations, and then after coming to Guruji, something else in my morning that I'd write in the morning, I asked for him to help me with my fruits and vegetables and my proteins, so forth. And then he said to me, start eating chicken and fish and a little bit of beef, because I guess I had to build up my body because I was on my way to my 4th hernia operation. And every time, like one time I was off work for 6 weeks, and next time I was off for 2 months, and next time I was off for 6 months. And it just was like weighing on me because the recoup time due to the surgery, due to the gastric bypass surgery, was just a lot. So since Guruji told me to like start taking my vitamins and just start eating those other proteins, my body has completely changed. I've lost a little bit of weight, but before, in my groin area where my surgery took place, I I could always feel when it was starting to go again. And now my body feels tighter, it feels better. And I just thank him, because for all those years, I was just there, and I just kept on going through surgery after surgery. And it's like he just took me to a better place, a healthier place. And although I really don't like eating meat and all that kind of stuff like that, I just know that it's for my health right now, for me to get stronger. And I'm taking proteins like liquids, and soon as my body starts to get stronger, then I'll come off of the meat and stuff. But I didn't know that I was missing that. And I was so happy that I listened to him, you know? And just like everything's in the process of being with Guruji, sometimes I'll be sleeping and I'll be like 250 because I like to meditate in the morning, and I'll just get he'll he'll wake me up with the smell of roses, and I'll get up and I'll start meditating. Um, Other things like I've been he'll tell me to go for walks, and one time I just smelt the smell of roses as well. In my meditation, I'll just be sitting there in meditation, and I'll smell the smell of roses as well. and it's just a beautiful thing as well. And it's just been beautiful. Also, there'll be songs that I listen to that some of the satsang songs, and I'll get them like in a dream form, where I basically just hear it playing over and over in my dreams, and then I'll wake up in the morning and just want to just want to listen to it even more, and that's a beautiful thing as well, you know. So just this journey that I've been on has been beautiful. I've been extremely grateful. Um, I just can't wait till this pandemic is over, or so we can meet in person. And I really want to go to India. So I'm waiting most definitely to go there. And that's all I really want to say, that this journey has been absolutely beautiful. And I'm so thankful for all of you accepting me to even share what I've been going through, and this journey of peace and just of change, because I've never felt anything like this before. So Shakrona Shakrona, Jai Guruji.
I just wanted to request you to share how you got connected, that how Sananti was guided to call you, that you are the one. I've heard that part of your satsang. If you could elaborate that how she
Um,
knew that you, if you can.
she just, I came there, and usually she doesn't, because those days are when she got healed is so special to her. So she usually doesn't, on July 5th and July 7th, she usually doesn't, like, she doesn't really talk to anybody on those days. She kind of just stays in Guruji on those days. And then she said that he gave her permission. And then soon as I walked in and I was wearing the number 7, she just knew that was a sign for her to basically just start telling me about Guruji. And then she went upstairs and got the picture, and Guruji just came to her and told her to give me and gave me the introduction, right?
Thank you so much. And we are no one to, accept anybody. It's Guruji. He's accept. We don't know who he's accepted, who he's not. As
Yeah.
Sangaji has already told you that you are blessed. So you are in Guruji's world. There are no coincidences. At 6:02 p.m. PST time, that is 6:30 a.m. in India, I get a message on my phone which says, there are profound distinctions between intelligence and wisdom. And all I could do is smile. Each sharing, I mean, I don't have to go into the details. Everybody's smarter than me here. Each one of us is blessed. But the
Yeah.
moment those words I read, I was like, Guruji, how you do this? We really don't want to know, but we are really blessed. So thank
Wow.
you so much. Yeah. I'll share
Jai
that with you
Guruji.
personally. Jai Guruji, Shukrana Guruji. संगत जी आज किसी का भी birthday, if anybody is having their birthday today, you yourself or somebody in the family, we all wish you a very, very happy birthday. Times are tough. Earlier it was just a number, then it became a name. Who is going through this all back home in India and here? Guruji knows the best. We just want to do one request, Sarbat da Pala. And with that request, we take Agya and hope the whole world heals. We become purer and worthy of Him. He gives us that guidance. Thank you, Anthony Uncle, and thank you,
Jai
Sangatji.
Guruji.
Jai Guruji. Over to you, Subodhji.
ऐसी कृपा मोहे करो, ऐसी कृपा मोहे करो, ऐसी गुर को शब्द में रहिया रे बास, गुर को शब्द में रहिया रे बास, हर नामा मन संग तरो, हर नामा मन संग तरो, तस्कर पंच निवारो ठाकुर, तस्कर पंच निवारो ठाकुर, तस्कर पंच निवारो ठाकुर, तस्कर पंच निवारो ठाकुर, सगलो परमाओ बजरो, सगलो परमाओ बजरो।
Shukrana Guruji Maharaj, Sarbarta Pala. Sangat ji, you can unmute yourself and take Agya.
शुक्राना गुरुजी,